Hi, my name is Valentina Galatiotto. I'm from Italy, but currently I live in Poland. And this is my second submission for the Art2Ride Associate Trainers program. You will see me performing work in hand, lunging and riding as a full session of training with Walker. Walker is a 3.5-year-old quarter horse stud. We've been doing Art2Ride regularly since this spring to build up his top line, and 2 months ago he has accepted a rider on his back. Since then he has had 5 minutes long rides where I mainly focus on just checking his basic reactions to my aids in the walk and reinforce his relaxation. After the last ride, I've decided that he has given me all the confirmation that I wanted, that he understands this exercise, and I will give him now another year to develop from the ground even more, since he is still growing and changing a lot. And for this whole session I am using only a cavesson because he is currently teething. So we started this session with work in hand, which is a great way to open the horse's body up for the lunging. In the work in hand we work on the quality of the walk, warming up and relaxing all the muscles. We search for the horse to stretch down into the soft contact of our hands while staying open and active from behind. That will activate the horse's core muscles and allow the back to swing, something that we want to have always whenever working with a horse, especially later while riding. You want the horse to be strong enough to carry a rider and maintaining a good posture of the spine no matter what happens, and that will keep the back sound. So to correctly perform the work in hand, we ask the horse to move forward and away from the whip cue. That later will translate into, for example, a leg yield from the saddle. By asking the horse to move away from us while standing by his shoulder, we activate the inside hind leg that will push the back up, influencing the spine of the horse, and as a result of that raising back, the head and neck will stretch down into relaxation and into the contact. So whenever the horse tenses up, we ask for a yield in the body that will create the bend and help the horse restore relaxation. At the same time, we also keep the contact with the outside rein that will let the horse meet the hand while performing the bend or the leg yield. We increase the size of the circle on which we walk, but whenever the horse tenses up, we go back to a smaller one, asking to yield. And what we want to see and perfect are big active steps with a consistent rhythm with maximum stretch from the front. And this is that base on which we will release tensions. And the walk has, in my opinion, the biggest influence on the back muscles because of that huge wave it is capable of creating. And this is definitely something you want to take advantage from. Also, don't worry if it doesn't happen perfectly right away. Horses are different and have different levels of tensions inside their bodies. So for that you need to show patience enough for the horse to be able to do what it's needed for him to relax, meaning you need to give him as much time as he needs. Relaxation is not something that can be forced. It needs to come to the horse. The best thing you to show at the beginning is just support. When you step into the next level and the stretch becomes consistent, then you can start to increase the difficulty of the experience by adding, for example, more lateral work, such as shoulder ins. So the key to strengthen the back from the ground is to having the horse working through his back at least 3/4 of the time we spend on our session. That way we get a chance to change the movement patterns in the muscles. The muscles remember what they do most. If they move in a tense way, tensions will be reinforced. If they move in a relaxed way, relaxation will be reinforced. So to actually change a movement pattern, we have to be able to work as often as we can in a body frame that will allow the horse to create relaxed movements with a good spinal posture. We will then start to develop all the muscles that the horse needs to safely carry the weight of the rider on a round back, pushing the rider up with ease. So in all the work that you see us perform here, essentially what we do is just allowing the horse to have the time and space to dedicate fully on himself, fully on developing good posture, something that he cannot do by himself on the pasture if we wish to have a great time together from the saddle one day. I truly believe horses enjoy working with us and enjoy carry us as long as it is kept as an experience in which both parties can grow and nobody is taking advantages on the other. So if we keep the work fun and easy for the horse, meaning if we base the training on his relaxation, the curious and playful nature of the horse will always respond with a positive attitude to it, no matter what equipment you use or what style of riding you like. I really like his walk, especially with his long back. You can really see the massive wave, and I think it feels good to him too. That's why he definitely prefers walking than trotting. He really lives up to his name. And so far I'm very happy with his development. He is one of the best horses I've had in training in terms of trainability. He is extremely easygoing, very ambitious, and interested in anything I want to show him. In terms of conformation, he is a little bit of a challenge because as a quarter horse, he has a long back and legs with little flexion on the hocks, and his hindquarters are naturally higher than his withers. All of that makes his gaits a little bit flat, but I'm positive that with time, as he builds up strength, we will add more cadence to the trot and build up a more uphill canter, as he has already showed me glimpses of elevation in the withers, so he definitely is able to do that. Now we just have to support him to develop it even deeper. But overall, this training is very easy for him and he seems to enjoy it a lot. So the lunging for me is nothing else than work in hand or riding from a distance. When you have a good consistent stretch in the work in hand, then the lunging is just a matter of sending the horse more and more away from you, with the only difference that the horse has more space to perform the exercises in higher gaits. We search for the exact same thing as in the work in hand, so stepping away from us, getting the inside hind leg more under the center of mass of the horse, and that will push the back up and create the stretch and correct bend of the body on a circle. And to help the horse, we want to maintain a consistent giving contact with the head, which I clearly need to work on. I kept the session mainly in the walk because for some reason Walker seemed tense in the trot. I asked for short circles of it, reinforcing every bit of relaxation that I spotted, and he loosened up a little bit eventually. I reinforce with food whenever I think he deserves it, for giving me some extra swing here and there, or trying harder, It is just a nice thing that I like to do with them. So he is the perfect example that this training makes stallions easy, calm teddy bears. They get their portion of movement, they get recognition, nobody is breaking their spirits, and the task is clear and easy. So usually when he's more loose in the trot, I would ask for even more activity of the hind legs. That usually makes him go bigger, meaning he lifts up a little bit more in the withers. But whenever he feels more tense, I need to lower my expectations and just go back to basic, asking for tracking up and stretch. Also, he has days when I need to ask him to move out to a bigger circle more than usual, and this was definitely one of those days when he just wanted to stick close to me. This is why I'm struggling a little bit to maintain that stable contact. He just really likes the work in hand, and if I dropped everything, he would immediately come back to just walking beside me. So as I said, we want to keep the horse relaxed for as much time of training as possible. This is why I am reluctant to ask the canter for now. He has days when he propones canter by himself and actually stretches in it, but so I'm very happy when that happens and I reinforce it a lot, but I don't like to push things when it seems to be far too hard for him. And if the trot was already that tense, then I usually don't even try the canter, because with this horse I know that the higher gait still does more damage than good to his overall relaxation. There are horses that relax more easily after a couple of strides of canter, but Walker doesn't belong to them for now, as he is still too weak in my opinion. I'm sure it will change dramatically as soon as he gets stronger. So now he's finally going back to his normal self, but he's still struggling to maintain a more consistent rhythm. In the trot, I'm looking at the diagonal pairs of the front and hind legs. I'm searching for an even movement. You can see that he has moments when he stretches and maintains the rhythm, and the trot starts slowly to balance itself and even be more uphill than before. So this could be the ideal moment to ask for more activity and lift, but today whenever I do that, he just tenses. So I kind of need to accept it today. He is naturally right bend, so this is his weaker side. He tends to fall in with the shoulder a little bit here on the left. And for this issue, it helps to just maintain contact and send the hindquarters away. And he will eventually relax both sides and straighten a little bit. So since we're going to ride today, I'm not going to push him more, and we're going to stop soon. I was just looking to if he could relax even more in the trot and giving me a little bit more of a lift at the end of the lunge line. And I was quite happy here when he stretches, and with that we ended the lunge line today. And we went on to the riding work. So, from the saddle, first thing I check is the cue to go forward and stop, which I immediately reinforce. So here's the stop, and I thank him, and we do a couple of tries like this. I keep him on a circle for now to, as before, help him get that hind leg under and stretch, if possible. I also check if he can change direction, still on a circle for now, and as soon as he stretches, I reinforce his effort. I do not ask anything else at the moment because I want to wait until he will be more over his back. That is why we stick only to the walk. I just want him to get used to me there and to find relaxation. For now he still doesn't push the back up enough for me, so this is why I sit only 5 minutes on him. I know that he is quite ready mentally. He is very calm whatever I do, and maybe he would even like to try more for me, but knowing him but physically he still has a lot more to improve. I really want to give him as much time as he needs. Also, his saddle is just temporary. At the end of the next year I want to get him something smaller and tailor-made for us both. And that is basically all I do for now. As you can see, I struggle a little bit with the too short reins when he stretches to the ground, and that puts me a little bit in a chair seat sometimes because I was afraid of leaning forward because of the reins. So my future plans for this horse are, of course, to continue with the groundwork, and as well as just observing his growth and adjusting to his needs. We don't have an enclosed arena, so the winter is always a challenge for us, but we will see how it goes. I would like to see him relax more consistently in the trot from the ground, and maybe finally start to canter whenever he's ready on the lunge line. I believe the canter, if relaxed, will improve a great deal the quality of lunging. We just need to feel that it is the right time to try. Toot toot! So we change direction and he hollows here a little bit. And then goes back into the stretch. Now I could ask for more activity here to help him lift the back more. So this is something I will be mindful about the next time we get to ride. Just to get the hind legs to really push forward. And that last circle he did all while stretching. And so to reinforce that, I thanked him and hopped off him. And that was our full session from the saddle. Yep, here we go. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Stop.